Okay, it's May and this is something new that we're getting ready to do. Below is you can get into the Hustlers Kung Fu program. And this is something that's brand new that I'm doing. It's $99 a month and you get the art of holding, you get all this other stuff, you get the corporate papers, you get everything for 99 bucks a month. That link's below. And once again, just sign up and we will go ahead and get you set up. And you'll even get some Hustler Kung Fu gear. All right, that link's below. So what we want to talk about is this single person business. There's a lot of ways that you can do a single person business. And I'm going to just kind of go back in history because my first single person business, because there's layers to my background. There's layers to it because I would say I had a business partner when I was in the storage auction business. So this wasn't a single person business, but I can tell you how, this is how we used to do eBay. I would go out to the auctions and we would get merchandise, and we had 4 categories. We had eBay stuff, we had Amazon stuff, we had Craigslist stuff, and we had the upscale garage sale stuff. So my business partner, and this is where it gets into a single person business, would literally list all of the eBay stuff. So let's just go ahead and talk about one of the things that we did that was, because we had so much stuff that we're getting at a point where she couldn't list it. So what we did is we went on eBay. It was real easy to do back in the day. And we found someone who was a local eBay seller. And we approached this eBay seller with, hey, if we give you all our eBay stuff, how much would you charge to list it? And, literally, I would go over to this woman's house with a truckload, a 16-foot truckload of stuff in her house. And it would literally take her a whole month to list it. So she was getting 25% of whatever she listed. This woman was making $5,000 to $7,000 per month, $5,000 to $7,000 per month. And whenever something sold, she would just literally transfer us the money via PayPal. So eBay is something that a lot of people no longer talk about because it's not hip, it's not hot, it's not sexy. But eBay is something that you can start as a single person business when you have a job. Let me go ahead and walk you through what you would do. You have a job, right? So what you would do is spend Saturday going to find stuff to list on eBay. You would go to garage sales. You would go to thrift stores. Now, once again, this isn't something that you can do kind of loosey-goosey. Like literally, you would get up, let's say early, right? 7 to 12, you hit garage sales. Then from 12 to 5, you would be in thrift stores. And you would have goals. You was like, I want to find 30 things that I can list on eBay. Because over time, what's going to happen is you'll find 30 things, you'll sell 15, you'll sell 20. Then next weekend, you'll find 30 things. And what will happen is you'll develop an inventory. So you go ahead and do this for literally, and this is someone I actually used to walk people through this process. Back in the storage auction days when I was selling the how to make money with storage auctions A to Z. I forget the name, it's been so long. But I walked this guy through this process. He had a job and I said, this is what you want to do. So he would go to garage sales, then he would go to thrift stores. And it literally took him 4 months to get up to about $1,500 extra per month. Now, what did this mean? He was doing his job, which means he was working 40 hours a week. Then on the weekends, he would work more. This is the thing that you have to understand. There is no way for you to quit your job and then get into eBay and start making all this money. So once again, you got to work more. You got to work more. So then about almost a year into it, he got up to an additional $2,500 per month, which meant he was making more than that because that was his gross profit, $2,500 per month. He was making $30,000 a year on the side in addition to his job. This money literally changed his life because his job, I think he was doing 40. So this $30,000 moved him up to 70. And, we had some conversations like, go ahead and pay off your car or do this and stuff. So he got to the point where he was bringing in $2,500 from his business, and he didn't have a car payment. He had money in the bank. He had money saved. He was just making more and more money. So eBay is one of the ways that you can start a single person business. What I'm going to do is just keep it to one topic versus going all over the place talking about different stuff. So you can do eBay. Now, this is something that a lot of people online are not really talking about because eBay isn't sexy. You can do eBay. You can sell on Facebook Marketplace. You can sell on Craigslist. Yes, you can still sell stuff on Craigslist. And one of the things is you've got to go ahead and figure out where you're going to get your inventory. Are you going to get your inventory from garage sales? Are you going to get your inventory from thrift stores? Now, this is one of the things that will make you the most money doing eBay. Specialize. Do not have a store that's this week is selling camera equipment, next week is selling notebooks, next week you're selling fountain pens. Don't do that. You literally want to find a category, and I can tell you a hot one that's still a really hot one. Female clothing is extremely hot on eBay right now. Use female clothing. If you could go out and find luxury female clothing brands, that's a big seller. And I can also tell you, you want to be in the middle sizes. You don't want to get like super small sizes because most people can't wear super small. The average woman in America is a size 8. The average shoe size in America is a size 8. So you want to go ahead and get as much of your inventory as you can in those middle segments, because those middle segments is where you're going to make the most money, because that's where the majority of the country is, in those middle segments. So you want to specialize with your eBay. One of the things that I did, and this is something else that we did, for everything that we're doing on eBay, we had a specialized eBay channel, or eBay ID as they called it. We would sell clothing, we would sell knickknacks, we would sell female clothing on one ID, we would sell male clothing on another ID. And this is something that I tried. It didn't really work that well, children's clothing, because children's clothing, it would work like if you would bundle it up, like, 50 pieces of children's clothing for $30, that would sell. And you got to keep it, because essentially what you have to do is take the pictures and bundle all the stuff and pack it up together to keep everything together. So, men's clothing, women's clothing, children's clothing. At one point, I was doing watches. There was this watch called Invicta, and I had a source at the apparel mart, and I would literally sell the watches, and after they sold, I would go purchase the watch, then ship it off. That kind of got a little scary at times, because sometimes they would order a watch that I couldn't get my hands on, so I would have to refund them their money, saying that the watch got broken or something. And it always had to be a really good excuse. It's like, oh my God, we had an accident, the watch got ran over, so I had to refund your money. And do not list that watch again real soon. You have to wait a while before you can relist that watch, because people be checking out your IDs. But typically, the guy that I was teaching how to do the eBay stuff literally got up to about $5,000 gross profit in a month. Took him about 2 years, and then it put him in a position where if he wanted to quit his job, he could quit his job, but he didn't quit his job because his job paid insurance, had really good benefits. He just kept doing his job and the eBay stuff, and he was able to pay off his car. He was able to get out of credit card debt. He was able to pay off a large portion of his house, because this is one of the things that he did. He actually had a lot of money saved up, and what he did is he put it into his house, then he refinanced his house, left the cash in his house, and his housing payment literally went to $500 per month. So he had a paid off car, he had a business that was doing well, he had a mortgage payment of $500. More than likely the house is paid off by now. But essentially there's many ways you could do this. There are many ways you could set this up. There are many ways you could do it. So this is the playlist for the single person business, and eBay, or we could just call it resale. And once again, you could sell on eBay, you could sell on Facebook Marketplace, you could sell on Craigslist. And one of the things that you can do, and there's more things. I think there's Poshmark and there's Mercury. So there's a number of things that you can do, and you need to investigate these things for you to set up your single person business. Because this is something, I want you to think about this. I want you to really think about this. Let's say you're a person that has a job, you make $35,000, which is going to give you about $2,500 per month. If you can build a business in a year that makes you an additional $25,000 to $3,000 a month, that's game changing. That literally is game changing, because you now have created extra income. And this is one of the things, and I need to go ahead and say this, you got to keep working. You got to keep working. You have to keep working. You have to keep working. I mean, one of the things I'm seeing with these TikToks, and everyone's like all depressed and stuff and talking about how much they have to work. These people are not working extra jobs. They're working one job and they're complaining because this one job doesn't pay enough. Your future is in your hands. If you want to make more money, go ahead, start a single person business. And once again, this is going to be the single person business playlist. We're going to be talking about a lot of different things that you can do to set up your single business, a lot of things that you can do to make money. So right now, resale, let's call it resale. I like to say eBay because I did eBay on a professional level for many years. And there was many varieties of how I did eBay because, we had multiple IDs. We had, I want to call them vendors. When we would take our stuff to someone else to list on eBay, I would consider that person the vendor. And we did that because at one point we were getting so much eBayable stuff, because essentially this is how the storage auction business work. And no, do not get in the storage auction business. I'll talk about that in the end. But essentially, the more units we bought, the more eBay stuff that we got. I remember this time I bought this unit that was full of model trains. I did not know model trains were so big. Literally, we had maybe 250 model trains, from the engines to the cars. And that unit cost me like $400, and I made close to $12,000 selling those trains. So one of the things you have to understand is your inventory. Finding a reliable source to get your inventory is going to be huge for you being successful in the resale niche. It's going to be extremely, important for you to do that. Okay, so, as I talked about in the beginning of the video, I'm getting ready to do something new. I'm getting ready to do Hustlers Kung Fu, the corporate papers, the corporate everything for $99 a month. So that link is below. And then after so many payments, you get the Hustlers Kung Fu the gear, because I want to make sure, you pay before I send you the gear. And then we will start to roll off into some other training and stuff that's getting ready to happen at Hustlers Kung Fu Nation. There's a lot of stuff that's getting ready to happen. All right, so the link's below. Check it out, and I will talk to you guys in the next one.